Hello all, welcome to Thinkers series. Sociological Thinkers is the lifeline of sociology. If you study one unit, you will be able to write around 80% of the answers in sociology. That unit is unit number 4 in paper 1 sociology. It is not just present in paper 1 sociology. What these paper 1 sociologists have spoken is very relevant for paper 2, that is Indian society also. As a part of this thinker series, we will be starting with the first thinker called as Emile Durkheim. In general, there are two schools of sociological thinkers. One who will speak only nice things about society, and they are called as functionalists. Number two, those who see only the wrong side of the society, they are called as conflict theorists. In between these two schools, you have some thinkers who are also there in sociology syllabus. The first type called as functionalists, they speak about the need for the existence of the modern society, how and all modern society will help in the improvement of the life of the individual and the group, what benefits society will get when it becomes modern. So such thinkers are called as functionalists. For example, Emile Durkheim and Talcott Parsons, both are called as functionalists when you see the syllabus of UPSC Sociology. Out of 6 thinkers, 2 thinkers, Emile Durkheim and Talcott Parsons, belong to this functionalism. Another thinker who is in the other end of the spectrum called as conflict theorist, he is who? Marx. Karl Marx writes about the dysfunctions of the modern societies, the confusion and the problem which will be faced by modern society by not only the individual but also by a group called as the group of poors will belong to the opposite end of the spectrum. And this, in between these two sociologists, there are present thinkers like Max Weber, R.K. Merton as well as George Herbert Mead. When you look at Max Weber, he is coming as a criticism to both functionalism as well as Marxism. When you speak about R.K. Merton, he is more closer to functionalism but finding out the limitations of functionalism as well as criticizing Marxism. And George Herbert Mead, he is a different league of sociologists that he speaks about how the individual everyday life is very much important to know, to understand the group. He is belonging to interactionism. Now come to the first thinker called as Emile Durkheim. A small example can be given to help you understand functionalism and Marxism. There is a story in Mahabharata. In Mahabharata, the teacher Dronacharya is calling both Dharma as well as Duryodhana, telling them to go around the world and come tell about the observation which both of them made about the world or society in general. Dharma came, told that all people in this world, they are nice people. They are very, very happily living. On the other hand, this Duryodhana told that all people are very cunning people. They are very hostile people. They are very warring type of people. So the same analogy will apply to functionalism and Marxism. Like Dharma is functionalism, like Duryodhana is Marxism. Both are correct. Why? Because these are the two sides of the same coin. Now coming to the first sociologist of functionalism called as Emile Durkheim. Durkheim was born in France. You should understand that the birthplace of a thinker and the social background he belongs to is very much influencing the theory written by the thinker. Being a Jew person who is stressing more on community well-being and solidarity, Emile Durkheim writes only on how there is a need for social cohesion or social solidarity. He has written 4 important works. One is about the social fact, second is about suicide, third is about division of labor, and fourth is about religion and society. Emile Durkheim is stressing on social fact. Social fact is the subject matter that has to be studied by sociologists. What is social fact? You know what is fact. Social fact is a fact which is created by the society. Fact is reality. Fact is truth. It is not that fact should be present. The most important thing is, even without the presence of the fact, society will have to see this as a fact. Putting simply, social fact is the subject matter of sociology for Durkheim. Fact is reality. Social fact means what? Socially constructed reality. For example, God. God is not physically present. So, if it is a fact, it has to be physically present. But according to Emile Durkheim, even though God is not physically present, society is creating God as reality. Therefore, God is only a social reality. God is only a social fact. To be called as a social fact, there should be three features for the fact to be called social. Number one, it has to be outside the individual. Number two, it has to be present everywhere. And number three, it is putting constraint on the individual. Actually speaking, these three are the features of the fact, and these three are the features of social fact as well. Social fact was studied by Durkheim because for him, society is everything. Society exerts pressure on the individual, and individual is acting as per the dictations coming from the society. So, there are present physical facts, there are present biological facts, there are present chemical facts, there are present economic facts, psychological fact. But for Emile Durkheim, social fact will have to be seen by sociologists. So, there are many dimensions of fact, and one such dimension is social fact, and that has to be the concern of sociology. Then he speaks about division of labor. He says that division of labor is not just an economic fact. Division of labor is a social fact. Simply, you are going to work not just to get money. You are going to work because you have friends in your workplace. You are having a sense of we feeling when you think about your workplace. And the importance of work is not therefore to be seen in the light of economic dimension. The importance of the work will have to be seen in the social dimension. So, social significance of work is what was studied by Durkheim in division of labor. Because economists were talking only about the economic significance of work. Take for example Adam Smith. He speaks only about work from efficiency point of view. But Durkheim speaks about work from ethics point of view. So one looks at work from the efficiency, the other is looking at work from morality. He says that the purpose of division of labor is to cause social integration. Because when you go to work, you have a community in your workplace. You listen to what they say. You don't even listen to what the company owner says. You listen to what your fellow workers are saying, what your friends at work are saying. So a sense of we feeling comes because of the work, and it is not to be seen in terms of the production. It has to be seen in terms of a moral regulation and moral integration. That is what is the essence of division of labor. He speaks about suicide. It's a very interesting study which was studied by Emile Durkheim, that suicide was seen as a psychological fact by psychologists. A person committing suicide is a person who has depression, psychic depression. That is why he is committing suicide. That is what is the common understanding about suicide. But actually Durkheim says, see, psychological reason is only secondary, sociological reason is the primary. The person is committing suicide not because of the mind, but because of the society. Take for example, a rich person's business is falling and he is committing suicide. It is not because of the economic loss that the person is committing suicide. It is because of the social criticism which will come when you fall in the business. People will laugh at you that you are a failure, which is why the person is committing suicide, not because of money reason, but because of the social criticism, social laughing that the person is committing suicide. Therefore, when psychologists would say that suicide is a psychological fact, Durkheim would say that it is only a social fact. A very, very interesting topic which is very relevant when you look at the suicides committed by people, especially agricultural community. Studies were conducted, and these studies say that a person commits suicide because he is not having proper integration with family. He is not having good integration with friends. So he is alone. He is subjected to alienation. He is subjected to isolation, which is why he is committing suicide, is what is the understanding we get by reading Durkheim's study of suicide. A landmark study which is very often repeated in UPSC examination in Durkheim is his study of religion. When people have said before Durkheim that religion is because of spirit, religion is because of nature worship, Durkheim says religion is not because of illusion, religion is not because of hallucination, religion is because of real society. He goes to the extent of saying that religion is not worshipping God or belief in God, religion is about your belief in the society. So, religion is the other name for societal worship according to Emile Durkheim, and his theory of religion was written by Durkheim when people became very individualistic in modern France, when anomie was increasing, confusion was increasing, people were not respecting the power of religion, they did not do worship of society. Therefore, he through this study tells people that it is not about God, it is about society, because without society people will not be able to exist at all. So all through his work, may it be social fact or it is division of labor or it is religion or it is suicide, Durkheim's central point is this, that society is everything. Individual will have to align his desires according to the will of the society. This is basically because of his Jewish background, which says that collectivity is all more important, that individual will have to sacrifice for the sake of collectivity. So this is the essence of Durkheimian sociology. Thank you.